Hello, I hope that you all are doing well. It has been very cold here the past 2 days, and not just cold but rainy, so we haven't really been able to go outside, and that was not fun. I really like to be outside, the boys really like to be outside, so anytime that we can't be, it is hard on us. But I have to remember on those days that it is going to be sunny again. It's not going to be forever. So there was a little bit too much TV that was watched, and I can especially tell in our oldest son that is, it could be a combination of so many things, but it seems to be that when he watches too much TV, it negatively affects him. But I think the bigger factor was that he couldn't go outside and get out all of his energy. So he just had so much energy that he didn't know what to do with. So today I was listening to Alan Stone. He's like R&B funk type of music. And I enjoy that type of music a lot. And he was writing a love song to his wife about how she's the metronome to his life. And for those of you who don't know, and I had forgotten about a metronome. My mom used to have one on top of the piano. But it is a device that keeps rhythm. So you, the faster the rhythm in a song, so if it's upbeat, then the higher the number on a metronome that you go, which is beats per minute. And then the slower the song, the lower you go on the numbers on the beats per minute. So it's like a heart, like a heartbeat. We have beats per minute for our heart, and there's a rhythm that our heart keeps, and there's a rhythm that a song keeps. And this metronome helps if you don't have a percussion instrument like a drum keeping that steady beat. You can turn the metronome on. Most people do it for practicing, but it helps you to not go too fast, and it helps you to not go too slow when you're playing a song, and to just keep a steady rhythm throughout. So it's not going to speed up unless that's what the music is supposed to do. It's not going to slow down unless that's what the music is supposed to do. And it got me thinking, and I was like, I feel like God is our... Sorry, he fell down. This might happen a few times. Okay, he knocked his head on the metal. That's fun. But God is the metronome. He is the author of the metronome of our life. God is not the metronome, but yes. Okay, sorry, but he is the author of the metronome of our life. I feel like so I got my master's in ministry and theology, and I feel like all of my classes, or all of my professors just looked at me and were like, God is not a metronome. You cannot call God that. But he is the author of the metronome of my life, so I think it's appropriate to say it that way. He establishes the beat at which our lives should move, the rhythm at which our lives should move. He creates those rhythms, and he encourages us to walk in those rhythms, and he knows the exact rhythm that he has composed our life to function out of. And this includes so many different things. It includes where we are in the season of our life, the personality that he has knit together within us from the time that we were conceived. It has to do with our physical abilities, our talents, our gifts, our dispositions. It has to do with all of that. So God is establishing that rhythm for our life. And I believe that when we lean into that, the greatest is when he is able to move and not able to, he's always able to move in our lives, but that opens us up to move in the way that he would have us to move, to do the things he would have us to do, to help in the ways that he would have us to help. And at the times when we do not keep him center and do not allow him to author that metronome or set it at the tempo that he has for us, that is when our life really gets out of rhythm. And I remember I got a magazine by Joanna Gaines. She like comes out with those just super aesthetically pleasing, what is it called? There's a name for it. I'm not going to be able to remember it. Oh man, but anyways, super aesthetically pleasing. The pages are thick, the colors are rich. It's just so well made. But she had this one issue. It was actually during COVID, I think. During COVID, I would buy every single one because that was like my thing. I did Instacart, and so each month it was like a treat for me to, like, when I was in the grocery store shopping for other people, I would like buy a one of her magazines with my card. Of course, I wouldn't like put it on the other people's order, but it spoke of rhythms in our life and how it's good for us to establish rhythms for ourselves, for our family. I don't have this down. I don't. And that's one reason why I'm talking about it, because I want to learn how to establish some rhythms in my everyday life that can be beneficial to me and to my family, to my boys, to my husband, to establish, the tempo at which the day should go, and not to lean on myself for that, but to lean on the Lord. So it's something that I think it's going to take time, but I'm already impressed to do some things. Some of those things are like waking up earlier, which right now, I think I've spoke on this in other videos. It's hard to wake up earlier, but I really want to start waking up earlier, start getting ready before everyone else is even like stirring awake, and to establish just that morning routine that can allow myself to start the day more slowly rather than rushed. Preparing the day before for the next day is another thing that I would love to start doing. Now, I am very type B, and so these things are like a stretch for my personality, but I do believe I function better under that structure. Now, there's like, I'm still kind of like, I'm very, like the waves of a river or whatever, or the ripple of a river. It just like kind of goes and flows and all of that stuff. But there are also parts of me that are super uptight, so I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh yeah, man, I just go with the flow, because if you know me, you know that like going with the flow is not always a thing, but I like kind of operate just like I default to a type B personality, but I really do well with more structure. So anyways, I'm saying all of these things. There have been ways that the Lord has worked in my heart and in my life to bring about changes that have established some more rhythm than I used to have, but I still have a long way to go. So I hope that you can allow the Lord to be the author of the metronome of your life, to set the tempo at which your life should go, and to just really lean into that. And one thing that I've started trying to do too is just starting my day out with the Lord. What would you have for me? Where would you direct me to go? And just that surrender, that sanctification, I really desire to lean into. And so that is an area that I can be prayerful about, and I hope that you all are able to be prayerful about that in your life as well. Thank you so much for watching. And as you know, every single one of my videos so far, I'm still sticking with the just very chill, like, I don't have a backdrop, obviously. We got my boys' crib right here, and I guess we got some greenery going on, but it's not edited. These aren't, if anything, it is a place for me to process out loud, since I'm not really, I guess I could, but I don't process out loud with my boys. I have 2 under 2. So it's nice to just kind of get on here and kind of talk about what the Lord is teaching me. And I hope too, even if it's one person, that it can be an encouragement to you, that the Lord is leading me and guiding me through this. And I know that He's leading you and guiding you through so many things as well. And there's grace for every season, literally every season, and He is with you through all of it. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing what you have to say, and let me know in the comments just what your thoughts are about, I guess they call them like sacred rhythms, or God being the author of the metronome of your life, the one who sets the tempo for everything. Let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, bye.